It's absolutely amazing. Intelligence in this country is decided by appearances and appearances alone. Your clothing labels will decide whether or not you're a good or a bad person. Fantastic. what we have here is failure in communication. It's not on my end. Never was on my end. I know there's no credit for creativity. I know that they can sit silently to my frequency. Not a product of university. I don't get any credit for being me. I'm not interested in attending university. I think it's kind of funny. They all sound the same phonetically. I know nobody here seems to realize they have the same frequency. I don't think nobody's supposed to have the same frequency. I know there's no credit for writing lines unless you're a graduate from university. I know it's a felony to strive to find reality colorfully. I know you can change the language around the reality and change and affect the emotions emotionally. I know that sitting silent to a thing is silently consenting to the thing that was said silently. I know that if you have a limited vocabulary, then by design you have a limited reality. The key to defining reality is the dictionary, and know that the reality is the first world countries are suffering from illiteracy. I'm not liable for your reactions to me emotionally. I'm not at fault for you sitting silently to the suffering of my family. I'm not at fault for the policy that was designed to divide everybody against every one family. I know what you do to me will be done to you eventually. I know that you get what you give and you reap what you sow in reality. I know if you give nothing, you get nothing, and it's funny to use simplicity to explain away complexities. I find it funny to use analogy to confuse professionals from university. The death of my son made me realize that I can only be loyal to me. I didn't see anyone sweating the abduction of my son. I didn't see anyone fighting the allegations, the slander. I didn't see anyone contesting the state's fabricated story. I didn't see anyone doing anything meaningless. Less words with false, pretentious smiles, condescending looks of superiority. I didn't see anyone that respects me. And I think that's funny. I don't respect public officials who are plotting the desires of their own citizenry. I don't respect anybody. I don't see anybody worth respecting past me. I know it's funny how everyone just hates me fucking silently for respecting me. I find it funny the majority can sit silently knowing truthfully you're not respect worthy. It's funny, isn't it? When it comes to real issues that actually matter, you can't get people to sit still for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. What you need, Matthew? 5 stinking minutes. I don't even know why I bothered you. Why you bothered, John? Don't you find it funny they got nothing to say to your face and all kinds of shit to say about you behind your back? Isn't it amazing? How are you supposed to trust anything, anyone? Mostly what you can trust in is silence. Clothes define intelligence, John, not words, not actions. Clothing. Clothing defines your intelligence and your worth, not your actions, not your efforts, not your labor, not your life. Your clothing defines your self worth. Nothing else. Doesn't matter what school you went to, just matters what you're wearing. Doesn't matter what you think, doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter what you do. There's no reward. All good deeds go unrewarded. Or you could say good deeds get you punished, good deeds get you nowhere. Being respectful gets you nowhere. I've been doing these commentaries for 25 years. Where did it get me, John? Nowhere. Respect? What respect? People don't respect themselves. They got to go to school to learn how to respect themselves. And I'd rather walk alone than listen to or follow anyone at this point. We learn from teaching people that you can't teach people nothing. They don't listen to anything but themselves. It's ironical here, isn't it? I don't listen to anyone but myself. I don't believe John. John's a liar to me. Oh, shit. Do 30 years of book research and live your own life and have children and grandchildren, and then you talk about it, and what? Supposed to be a trophy? No, the thanks I got was my children being stolen from me while my pupils sat silently, said nothing, did nothing, couldn't contribute $1, and for fuck's sakes, couldn't even share the feeds. They couldn't be bothered to do any physical fucking labor at all. Have to pay them first. I have to teach them, and then maybe next week they'll say, "Well, he said something that was worth something. What was it worth? Nothing. It was worth nothing." What do my children get? Nothing. They surely have a bright future, John. They'll be the next generation of junkies, hookers, and pimps turning tricks on the street corners. Thanks for the support. Don't worry, you're not the only one. I don't really talk to people anymore. It's very cancerous. I cut most people out of my life. People are parasitic. They're fucking parasites. This is a usury system we have. We use each other to survive. It's amazing. I said it for free, and they'll sit there and stare at me like a stupid fucktard. I think silence should get you fucking killed. I mean, these people for the last 120 days thought it was funny. My son was taken, and now he's being held political hostage by the state because I'm a pimp. Remember, I'm a pimp. They accused me of pimpery, charged me for it, found me guilty without a fucking hearing. So let's do the same things. You're all whores until you say otherwise. But you're not going to because you're cuckold cunts. Communists, Catholics, the fuck is the difference? Nothing. Nothing. Both are fucking parasitic. Christians, oh my God, they're fucking parasites. Users. You gotta have a user account to use the internet, so you're a user. And they're afraid of the beast system. The beast, terrified of the beast. You're the beast. You're saying terrified of your own ass. Faith without works is dead faith. Your faith in yourself is dead. You didn't do any works, no labor. You didn't suffer to learn. You didn't burn your hand. You didn't do the research. I did. So I do these streams. Look at the respect I get. Never been respected in my life. And these motherfuckers will starve my children and expect me to be goddamn happy about it. By the way, the death rates have surpassed the birth rates, and majority of men are obedient cuckold cunts that follow policy without a question, without a thought, without a challenge. Just go along. Just do as you're told. With no pushback at all. It's goddamn amazing. No dissidents, none. You haven't been dissident to me in 100 days. That's fucking factual. The evidence is right here. These recordings are the fucking proof. These motherfuckers have sat silent for over 100 days. Sat silent to the evidence, sat silent to the proof, turned a blind eye to it. Pretended like I didn't fucking say something. And then they come back, right? and think we haven't learned anything at all. We haven't realized that silence is a weapon of oppression. Silence is a license for the dogs of Rome. We haven't learned anything. Silence is a silent yes and not a no. We haven't learned anything at all. We haven't evolved. We haven't moved on. No. The inframural is causing rot gut class action lawsuit against Inframural or Similac, which is the formula that the hospital uses on newborns and preemies. And now there's a class action lawsuit against it because it's causing intestinal failure in newborns. Like these corporations even give a shit about fucking life forms. The only thing they give a shit about is their goddamn expense accounts. And I said that at an expense to my fucking self. Where's the reimbursement, John? Where's the applause? Where's the share count? Where's the fans? Appreciation? I don't get no appreciation. Respect? I don't get no respect. I don't have a large enough bank account. My word doesn't mean anything. Has no weight. None. That's the privilege of growing up poor. You are basically worth nothing. It's amazing. It's amazing all the support you get. People worked really hard to try to resolve this. They didn't defend anything. They allowed for the system to call me a pimp. You didn't see anyone defending me. You didn't see anyone coming out of the woodwork. He's no pimp. Now, none of that kind of shit. People ain't gonna stick their fucking necks out. They're cowards. They're conformists. They're communists and they don't even know it. Now I'm supposed to worry about people's feelings? Why? Why? I don't know. I get that answer a lot, right? I don't know. I'm a stupid fucktard. I can't read. I can't write. I can't think, and I can't follow orders well. So I'm fucking of no goddamn use. I can't be used. Oh, that's offensive. Andy, you hear that shit? I can't be used by the system, so there's no use for me. You know how many men are in that fucking situation? And by the way, Planned Parenthood, they plan for there to be no fucking fathers in the goddamn hood. What are the men going to say about it? Nothing. You're obsolete. Technology made you obsolete. Women married money. They didn't marry you. You can't manipulate me, so you'll try to crush me with false allegations and fabricated stories. Let's make up witnesses through job functions. An Eastern Maine medical facility physician saw something that caused feelings and concerns. What's the guy's name? I have the right to face my fucking accuser. No comment. No comment. No comment. Oh, you don't actually have any evidence. You manufactured your case. And my neighbors didn't say a word. They sat silent to me being called a pimp. And they sit silent to me calling them whores too. It's amazing. Accuse me of fucking prostitution and child trafficking when that's what they're doing. Wow. And meanwhile, for the men, Similac and Enfamil and all these new formulas that are coming out, Enfamil is being sued for the components in their formula because it's causing intestinal failure in newborns, causing gut rot. And I'm sure it's public information to figure that out. Just most parents haven't figured it out for themselves personally yet. And they won't figure it out for themselves personally until it affects them personally. It never affects somebody until it affects them personally. When it happens to you, then it matters. Things are okay as long as it's not happening to you. And I'm the one with the ego problem, Andy. Remember that. I got an ego. I got a great big fucking ego. Then one day I realized it was ego that makes the world go round. Not a bank account. No, your ego. It's ego that makes the world go round. It's ego that dictates policy, not Congress. A bank account. Who's got the biggest bank account? The Vatican? I don't know. Sounds like a conspiracy, Andy. Sounds like another one of those goddamn phonetic fish stories. I must be fishing right now. Fuck. Trolling. Commercially fishing. That's what I'm doing. We decide the value of people on the basis of their clothing line. Their labels matter, not their words. Actions are irrelevant. We don't want people to do anything. Just sit silent and shut the fuck up, citizens arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be and will be used against you by me to guess what? Benefit me. What an asshole. Well, why would I worry about anyone else? Why would I? Why? Why? You can't save anybody. The policies were designed to divide families against their own families. It's amazing. Father against father, son against son, child's children, houses split right down the middle. Fathers competing with their sons, sons competing with their fathers for survival. How Christian? How about mothers? Mothers want to look like their daughters, daughters want to look like their mothers. It's a competition to find out who looks like the fucking cheapest whore. Right? Women wear the makeup. Why? Young girls wear it so they look like their mothers. The mother's a whore, right? And the mom's gonna do what? Dress down to look like her daughter and compete? Who's the biggest whore? And their silence just makes me want to fucking feed them their own tongues. How did I get like this, John? Right? How did I get to this fucking level? Classroom? Following you? Following Todd Church. That's how I got here. Following Otis Frant got me in my fucking chair. Listening to everyone but myself is what got me in this chair, right? Listening to my mother, listening to my father, listening to the junkie down the street. That's what got me here. Listening to fucking Oprah and Dr. Phil. That's what got me here, right? Listening to the fucking television. That's what got me here. Superman turned woman. And there's no credit for personal labor. There's no trophy for doing it for yourself. There's no accolades. And the irony is, if you don't do things for yourself, no one's going to do them for you. The majority of people are expecting to be paid before they'll fucking labor 1 minute. Like I owed him goddamn money. The reality is, I only owe me. I don't owe society for me being me. The only fucking person I owe, me. That's why my brother's laughing. And he's been dead 20 years, but goddamn, he's laughing right now. Said, look at the bug I put in you, and look what you did to them. Fucking amazing. It's amazing the way things work out. If I didn't break my back, I wouldn't be in this chair doing these sessions. The only one running in this situation now is the motherfuckers around me. I'm not the one running. I'm running my mouth, not my legs. I had to sit down last night, Andy, and realize a few things for myself. I said, holy shit, man. You know, half the stuff you know is tier 3, classified, military grade intel. You don't even have a high school degree. Damn. The trouble with following people is that you wind up fucking sounding like the people that you follow. You're not supposed to follow anyone. Which is really weird because it creates a paradox in this floor. This information is valid and valuable, requires the following, but people don't follow. Oh, and now I have to go to arraignment because being charged for terrorizing. Apparently, I scared somebody from my home, ranting online. Free speech is truly dead. We just have consented to speech patterns. People have a, oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have to go down there in a few minutes, so I got to head out. I'll be back later. Just an arraignment. It's fucked up. I can't believe this shit. It's fucking mind blowing.